What follows is a low-stakes conversation between two friends about American politics, social issues, and current events. There will be factual inaccuracies. There will be incoherent opinions. There might even be some kissy noises. Just roll with it and come out the other side with a new understanding about what it takes for a non-voter to care about, anything at all. No arguments, no debate. Just perspective. That sounds fun, right? Hello? Hey, where are you going? Wait, hold on. I really think you'd like it. We worked really hard. Welcome to the 9th episode of A Nightmare for a Non-Voter. I'm Matt, and that's Rocky.
I'm Rocky.
There he is.
There I am, fighting for freedom.
As you do. Hey, this is a show where I try to convince you to vote, I guess.
Is that still a thing? We're still shooting for that?
That's what I tell people, but it's more like I try to understand why you don't think problems are problems.
I think at this point we're just like bullshitting about stuff neither of us really care too much about.
Well, I told you before, we did after the press episode, I said, well, I don't really care about that either.
Yeah.
Too much, because you're right, it was a boring mud pie, flavorless. But
mud pie.
Now we're into the chunk of episodes that I very much care about. I think you might too. We'll see.
Okay.
So this is for fun. Don't take it seriously. Here we go. Here's the topic. Let's see how this strikes you.
70s porn.
Now we're doing religion, so close.
Oh, okay. I think we could agree on this one.
That's what might make it boring, so that's why I have a lot of points in my notes that I'm going to throw at you that aren't my own, but you'll see in a minute. So, yeah, I kind of figured this would be a softball, kind of an easy one I could lob at you.
Smacking it out of the park. I like it.
Because we're pretty much, I think, exactly on the same page about it.
Yeah, let's blow some kids like priests.
Let's shit on religion as much as possible.
Yeah, of course.
But let's go back a little bit. Your experience with religion.
Yeah.
What is it throughout your life? Go all the way back to your childhood for a minute, if you could.
Well, I went to CCD, which is like a religious Sunday school for a couple hours every Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Me too. On Tuesdays, I think.
You went to Tuesdays?
I guess there wasn't enough space on the Sundays.
Ah, you fuck. I love Tuesdays.
I'm a Satanist.
Are you kidding me? I had to get up early on a Sunday morning.
Oh, I went after school.
Oh my god, you're fucking lucky. I had to go fucking Sunday morning, get up early for it.
What religion? What branch of Christianity?
Catholic.
Okay. Wow, likewise. See, I knew we had the same situation.
So
I just didn't have to get up early.
Bad. But it informed me as an atheist. At least I know what I don't believe in now. Unlike a lot of other atheists, they just like, I don't care, I don't believe in it. You know. Right. I like to think I'm an informed atheist.
For people who don't know, CCD, I forget what it stands for. Do you remember?
Catechism something.
Catechism.
I think one of the words is catechism, which...
Yeah, it's just a school for little kids.
I think it's a workout expansion, isn't it?
Yeah, actually, catechism. Oh, God. Before we go to communion, which is the first step as a Catholic when you're in 4th grade or 10 years old.
My first religious snack.
Oh, the fucking wafer shit. We're going to talk about that.
I kind of liked them, to be honest. They weren't bad.
So you did communion?
Yeah, I did all that shit.
Did you do confirmation in 8th grade?
Yeah, did the whole party, had a big fucking ceremony, had a fake name.
Oh wait, what was the fake name thing?
Mine was David. You had to choose like a confirmation name, and apparently you're supposed to take it on as like your middle name, I think. Not like legally, but like I don't know what the fuck it fits in, but yeah, you have a confirmation name, which is just fucking silly.
Well, I'm going to call you David from now on.
I'm David.
Okay, so where did it end? Where were you as a teenager? Like, no,
I remember the last year of CCD is when I think I officially became an atheist, because I was learning about it, and at that point I had fucking like logic. I was like, this is fucking silly. None of this makes sense.
So even though your parents still made you do communion and confirmation, you're already an atheist?
My last year of it, yeah, I think I made it like official in my mind, yeah.
Okay. Well, how many years did you go to CCD?
Like 6, I think.
Holy shit.
4 or 6, yeah.
My mom only made me do 2.
You motherfucker. You get the fucking easy.
So first of all, I want to emphasize that Rocky and I are going to focus on Christianity a lot in this because that's what we're surrounded by. Like, there's not really a lot of other religions in our area. There's a ton of Christian churches, and that's kind of it.
And I listened to some black metal, and they burned down churches.
Okay, but what about your parents? How much did they actually care? Did you go to church?
My dad has never been religious at all.
So was your mom kind of pushing
my mom
that
kind
on
of
you and
pushed
your
it on
sister?
me. Yeah, old fucking Italians with the Mother Teresa not Mother Teresa, the Mother Mary fucking statue on the front. Typical Dago.
Oh, she did that? Okay, but did she actually give a shit, or was she
She
informed
did. She
by
kind
her
of lost
parents?
it. It all stems down. It all trickles down. I wouldn't say she like lost her faith, but she believes in like angels and fucking Jesus and shit. But she doesn't really.
She don't pray or go to church?
She didn't get a church. None of that shit.
Okay.
No, nothing.
Okay, that's pretty typical, because that's likewise my experience. My parents were just like, yeah, we're Catholic. Oh,
I assume she only
guess.
prays when something like really bad happens. Like most Christians.
Yeah, you call on God when you need him, but
Yep.
every other time you're like, fuck off.
Just like a rich fucking
I want to drink.
family member.
All right, so you have an identical situation to me, pretty much.
Yeah, I figured.
I likewise, around age 13, I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
What about friends, though, throughout your life? Have you known people who are like super Christian or religious in general?
I tend to avoid them because they set off fucking red flags. I associate people who are overly religious as just fucking crazy because they don't have that. They don't have logic. Like if you call them out on it, it's like, well, I have my faith. It's like, yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. It's not fucking like tangible. It doesn't make any sense. Like you can't call them out on anything because they'll just back into a corner and be like, well, it's what I believe in, and that's my faith, and I have faith, and he'll lead me to the fucking bullshit.
Yeah, you're always going to end that with a period.
Yeah.
There's not going to be a ... because they can't tell you more.
Yeah.
Because there isn't more.
Because, they don't know. Yeah, nobody fucking knows, but they act like they do.
Fuck, well, we're going to dig into that in a minute. First of all, the only time you and I ever talked about religion was really briefly on our, of all things, Yuri on Ice reaction video.
Did we really? Why?
Because I was being all political and I was talking about Trump and shit.
Oh, yeah, you were preachy that episode.
I asked you, your opinion, why do you think gays are like shit on? And you said religion. Period.
Yeah.
You just straight up said that. And I remember the audience response to that like all these little girls and boys were like, well, I'm religious and I don't hate gay people. What do you think about the response to that? When you definitively were like, okay, gays are harassed because Christian, or mostly Christians, period.
It comes from religion, yeah. It doesn't, I don't know if it's Christian. I don't know if other religions view gays the way Christians do, as like a sin.
Some are worse.
They're going to hell. Doesn't like something Middle Eastern like fucking kill them or behead them or some crazy shit?
I don't know enough info, but yes, probably one of them.
Yeah, they're extreme as fuck. What was the question? I don't even know what your question was.
I just wanted to get your perspective on how have people reacted to your response to religion? Like what you just said about it's not logical. In your life, have you come across people who are like trying to argue with you?
My mom, yeah, me and my uncle, who was a born again, which is
funny.
Oh, God. Yeah, born again.
Another story.
They're the worst. So my uncle was kind of like an awesome dude back then. I remember he went to a whore and stole her credit card. Stole her credit cards and shit and maxed it out or whatever. I don't know what else. I don't have many details. I just know he used the whore, stole her credit card. Story. And now, 30 years later, maybe 2012, 13, my mom almost died. She had sepsis. And
is that like a blood thing?
Yeah, she had poison in her blood, basically. She had UTI. It got way out of control. The poison from the UTI, the bacteria and shit, got into her bloodstream, and her blood just became fucking poisonous. It destroyed her body.
Yeah.
So she almost died. She was in the ICU for 10 days in a coma, medically induced coma.
Jesus, God.
Yeah, it was scary. I was there like every day. I didn't even go to work. My boss understood. My uncle, her brother, was there every couple days. He was like, he saw it as like his fucking mission to like try to get me to like cross over, and like he actually said, laying there? Yeah, he actually said the phrase, "I'm going to get you over here," like as in like pull me over to the fucking crazy side.
That'll just make you push away more.
Just one-on-one, just sitting there,
yikes,
trying to rope me into the fucking loony town.
Yeah, what'd you do? How'd you respond?
I was civilized about it. I gave him my views and told him.
Oh, so you, in other words, you shared
I debated him in the fucking break,
in
the fucking lunch cafeteria room thing.
That's probably the day you learn that debate doesn't work.
No, you can't talk to a Christian. They believe in something that's not real, and you can't argue against it because there's no logic to their beliefs. So, I mean, what are you gonna do? It's like telling a cat, to do fucking math. You just can't do it. It's not possible.
Of all analogies.
Oh, I got a cat next to me.
Katie.
What's 2 + 2, little pussy?
Oh my god! So a Born Again, did he get in your face? Was he?
He wasn't aggressive about it, but he was just relentless. He wouldn't stop.
Are you in contact with him at all now?
I see him at family parties as much as all my other uncles and family on that side.
Does he try to talk about it? Or
no, he gave up. He knows.
Okay, there we go.
I got my feet planted firmly because at that point I was atheist at least 10 years. So
you're definitely atheist, not like any of the other
no
ones.
No,
agnostic.
Agnostic. No, I'm atheist.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want you to name as many religions as you can, and then try to tell me what they're about. Ready?
Oh God.
So we won't do denominations of Christianity. I'll just say Christianity and then wrap it up.
What they're about?
Real quick.
I don't even think. Okay. Christianity. They got their boy Jesus, and they're very, very strict. They blow kids. The ones higher rank blow kids.
Right. You can't get away with it if you're lower.
They're very hypocritical. They pull Jesus out when they have some bullshit to spew or something to fight for that just doesn't make sense. The craziest fucking people I've ever met are very religious and usually Catholic.
Okay, instead of naming more religions for you, I want you to name another one for me.
Oh, we got the mafia.
All right, you're gonna fuck with me.
No, Buddhism.
Okay.
Buddhism. I said Buddhism. Buddhism, which is
we both are Buddhists, technically.
Peace-loving creatures. They don't, you don't really get annoyed by them too much because, they're not really preachy. Believe in peace. Common sense shit. Very spiritual. Not like.
Are you a Buddhist?
No.
Technically.
Why technically? Why would I be a Buddhist?
Because you're a peaceful man.
Yeah, I'm not overly peaceful like a Buddhist.
Oh,
true. Buddhists won't fucking fight for anything, and they won't argue or anything, and they have beliefs that I don't agree with, Buddha. I think there was a fat guy who was the head of the religion eventually, or back then, but the same with Jesus. He was probably some fucking crazy magician. Wow, look at this wine! Hey, bop bop. And he was great at parties, and it just stemmed from that.
We're gonna get into specifics of Christianity because that's the majority.
Buddha was probably just a fat Hawaiian dude, not even Indian or anything. Oh, yeah, Indians are Krishna. Never mind.
Oh, you want to do a Hindu?
Hindu have what is that? Krishna, Shiva.
Oh, I don't.
I think they have multiple. Answers. I think they're the ones that have multiple. They got their elephant god. They just love spicy.
You don't have to make these long. You can just run through it.
You got the Jews, which I think are they an offshoot of Christian?
No,
they hate Jesus. I don't even actually know what Jews believe.
They have Moses, I think.
Moses. I thought Moses was just a henchman. We got Satanism, which Anton LaVey.
Ooh, how much do you know about Satanism?
I tried because I was not interested in becoming a Satanist, but interested just to see what the fuck it was. And I tried reading the Satanist Bible a couple years ago.
Yeah.
It's fucking silly. It's really...
Some of it is,
It's super silly, really dated.
Oh, dated
I'm pretty sure the word groovy appears 6 or 7 times, which is just... Come on.
It was written in 66.
Yeah, so...
Actually, Satanists are... they literally might as well not even be called Satanists. They don't believe in the
Satan
devil.
really isn't a whole lot of it in the religion.
They do that to scare people off.
If I had to say what religion is makes the most sense to me, it'd probably be Satanism, because a lot of their shit is just be nice to people. They have the cardinal sins, but they're just logical, and they are Buddhist.
Their Twitter account is very funny because everyone tries to argue with them all the time. They just always shut them down beautifully.
Really? I didn't know they had a Twitter account. That's funny.
Any more religions you got in there?
There's Allah Akbar, Middle Eastern guys.
So,
which they have the fucking 52 virgins up there or whatever.
Do you know the name of it?
What is that?
There's 2 words for the kind of a similar thing.
Terrorism.
Or in Islam. It's Islam, and you're a Muslim.
That's what it was.
So, hey, what do you know about Muslims?
I know they get killed a lot for wrong reasons. Like after 9/11, a lot of Muslims got killed for no fucking reason.
Where?
Oh, gas
Oh,
stations
you mean...
and shit. Like people people that live in America that like are Muslim that had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Fucking super patriots went and fucking killed them because of 9/11 and shit. I don't really know what the actual terrorist religion are. Is that Islam or are they just extreme Islams?
Exactly. The difference is that like it's extreme Islam versus regular, and that a lot of Americans see them as the same thing, which is not right.
I think extreme anything is just fucking bonkers. Except for you never hear of an extreme Buddhist.
Yeah.
What it's gonna do? Like fucking give you a hug? Like they're not gonna do anything. Leave them alone.
Come into my hot tub. Just hang out for a bit.
Oh, I'm fat. I know. Look at my titties. Let's have fun.
Sounds like a quote from you. Any more in your head?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, good, because I've spent enough time on that.
I know.
Let's get into the reason why I even wanted to do this in the first place, which is, it's a lot of influence on politics in the United States, and Christianity anyway.
Right.
And also how we view, especially Islamic people, after 9/11, of course.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure you know this, but, like, the president has, like, fucking always been Catholic. Or not Catholic, Christian. And then once in a while, like, it was a big deal that JFK was Catholic and everyone else was just, like, Protestant or whatever the hell.
Was, Obama religious?
Yeah. I mean, he did the whole church thing just to put up... he was probably secretly an atheist.
Just to make the, old Republicans happy.
But the thing about that with Obama is that the right-wingers labeled him a Muslim. They called him a secret Muslim. Did you know that?
I heard something about it because of his name and something about his birthplace or some shit. I don't know. I remember when he first like came around and started like running for office. You hear like fucking rednecks like Obama rhymes with Osama and that ain't right. He's not getting my vote. Like what? is that
exactly.
It?
They were feeding off of that thing, and that's why he was labeled that shit. But he was just a fucking Christian, boring dude. That's it.
Yeah. With a cool voice.
So the other thing, so it's not just the president or whoever's in power. It's also that the government funds stuff that religious people hate, like Planned Parenthood, which does abortions.
Yeah, I don't know much about it. I see feminists going fucking crazy about it, and I'm just like, no, I'm not listening to this.
I don't know if you've ever been drove by or been in front of a Planned Parenthood, but there's almost always religious protesters outside with signs.
Yeah.
Saying how we're killing fetuses and babies, before they even got a chance. How do you feel? I think you wrapped up how you felt about abortion, so I don't know how much you want to say.
I think abortions are super necessary for, people like me who are not big fan of condoms. Shit's scary. She gets nauseous. I get fucking scared every time.
So I'm going to try to play devil's advocate here, ironically. So a Christian person would say you are committing a sin by living with your fiance and having sex with her before you got married.
Right.
And not only that, but unprotected sex. That's even crazier.
Fuck yeah, crazy as shit, dog.
But on the other hand, they would love the fact that you might accidentally have a baby. Because they think every little seed, every little sperm swimming around in Rocky Lassia's nutsack is sacred.
And they'll have fucking rainbow afro wigs, which are little fucking clowns.
That's how you picture your sperm.
All
apparently.
Little like red noses. Beep beep.
Where are we going next, buddy? They call you buddy.
We gotta find the egg.
That was the tail moving around. So that's why this argument matters. That's why religion it comes up so much, is because mostly abortion and Planned Parenthood, that's like the current big debate.
I think if abortion gets outlawed, it'll be a big fucking problem. Because we're going to have fucking back alley abortion doctors.
Exactly. They're gonna
and my new career, oddly enough. So
religious people say, the hardcore ones say the second the sperm is in the vagina, that's a baby. Some of them say a week later it's a baby. Next week it's a baby. People split the difference.
But how? I mean, it's 2018. Can't you just ask the fucking specialist? You can get a definite answer on that. Why is there theories?
But because the second the sperm takes hold in the egg, it's a sex education class apparently. A little embryo
teach
forms.
Me. Go ahead.
A little embryo, a little teeny tiny thing forms, and some hyper religious people say that should be fucked up to mess with. And I'm talking like the size of my pinky nail.
Yeah, you need to fucking take a turkey baster and suck that shit out.
But then some people also say, wait till it has a heartbeat and then it's fucked up. So where do you draw the line, I guess?
When you can afford it. Just if you don't want it, fucking abort it. Who cares? If it's, I can understand if it's like third trimester, if it's 7, 8, 9 months old. You're picking out pieces out of your pussy. That's brutal.
I don't think you're even allowed to do that medically, but
Really? I don't know.
Well, because it's like pretty much.
But anything before the third trimester, it's fine. As long as it fits into a vacuum hose, game on. It's fine.
Game on.
Game on. Suck that shit out.
Bring the goalpost back into the middle of the street.
Give me that Hoover.
Oh, fuck. Oh, boy. So the other big one is gay people.
Yeah.
They have a big problem with...
Oh, they're the worst.
Sodomy and, where your dick goes. If it's not in the right hole, they're going to be upset with you.
Yeah.
They say it's unnatural, and why would you put it up there if there's poopy up there? I'm tired.
It's a good impression.
Fucking Walmart.
I like saying poopy in a southern accent.
So the main thing right now that matters is that our Vice President, Mike Pence, is super, super, super religious, way more than Trump. Trump's just a crazy asshole. He doesn't care about that stuff. But Pence
both crazy in their own regards.
Yeah, he's like hyper religious. And the thing that people bring up about him is that when he was like a senator long ago or whatever, he pretty much supported gay conversion therapy.
Yeah,
which is hardcore shit where they like electroshock people.
It's like gay camp and shit, right? They almost scare them into being straight.
But they literally do torture to them.
It's so fucking like primitive. Like, what? Stop.
Scare it out of you, convince it out of you. And there's whole ministries that have since shut down. Maybe not all of them, but especially the ones that try to get to kids.
This was like in the South, right?
This is everywhere.
Is it?
To
sure?
This day. Is there guaranteed there's one in PA.
Really?
There's gotta be. PA's fucking hick zone. You kidding me?
Crazy. Fucking bonkers.
So it's scared parents who are probably religious, and they go to these ministries. They send their 12-year-old feminine boy to these things, and then they shock the shit out of them, literally. And Mike Pence apparently supported that long ago.
Yeah, it's...
And that's why gay people were specifically upset when he was picked to be the vice president.
Yeah, I remember that.
So that's why that matters. Am I what?
No, I said, were you? Were you upset when he was picked?
Yeah, they're all scary assholes.
Yeah.
They're all fucking freaks in a cult to me.
I'm asking why you were upset when he became vice president.
Because he has the power to sway the votes in the Senate. As a vice president has that power. When there's a tie in the Senate, he has the power to pick whatever he likes.
But you don't think...
And if a gay vote comes up, an anti-gay vote, if they get rid of gay marriage...
that's what I was about to say. You don't think fucking... something
get rid
like
of
that could happen now, right?
Actually, yeah, because there's too many Republicans in the House and the Senate.
It seems like we're so fucking like evolved past that. I feel like, I mean, people have ideas, like Mike Pence, but I feel like the majority is like we're just way past that, and something like that could never happen. There's so many I feel like there's so many fences you'd have to climb for that to happen, and there's just no fucking way. I feel like it could ever happen.
If it gets the votes, it'll happen, and then protests will happen, and then, like you say, it'll be forgotten about after a while. And maybe it'll come back later, years later,
Yeah.
So he was the author of a big controversial bill in Indiana. I think he was the governor of Indiana for a while, called the Religious Freedom Act or some shit. And it was an excuse. They were using Christianity and religion as an excuse for, and you're going to like this and maybe you heard of it, for bakers and businesses, but mostly bakers, this is the evidence, to refuse service to gay people and not make them get gay wedding cake.
I occasionally hear shit like this, and
that's the bill that he pushed in Indiana.
Would that be all the bakeries in Indiana?
It's the idea that,
or they just
if somebody's really Christian and you're gay and you're like, hey, I want a cake for my gay wedding, they can go, fuck you, my religion says that's wrong, you don't get a cake.
But can't you just
in other words, discriminate? Well,
you're not getting my money, and I'm going to go to a different bakery, so you lose.
Well, there is that, of course, but it's the idea that it was put into law, and the law said people could discriminate against you legally,
right?
And you can't sue them, you can't yell back. It's just the
you
way
can't do shit about it, right? I get that, but
except leave, of course.
Yeah, can't you just be like, okay, fine?
Yes, of course you can, but I guess it's the idea.
You're not getting my business.
But if it were that easy, then why are they pushing it in the other direction? That's the idea. Why are religious people we need this law? It's because they want to put down gay people.
Because they're fucking crazy. They are crazy people.
Okay, so that's the gay section. Sorry, this is so fucking intense. I have a lot. Okay, here's the anti-sex section.
Anti-sex.
Yeah, because...
Did you know I went 6 years with no sex? In between girlfriends?
Let me ask you this, because we went to the same high school.
I lost my virginity to a dumpster.
A leaky, gross one, too. All right, now I'm thinking about a leaky dumpster. Cool. How was your sex education in our high school? I kind of don't really remember.
I don't remember at all. I remember it was, I think, in middle school. And I had the very hard, excuse my language, dykey gym teacher.
I think I even know who it is. Great. Fucking
Yeah.
I hate her so fucking much.
I know a lot of
to
people
this day.
do. A lot of people. She liked me though because I made her laugh. Yeah, I don't remember
bitch made me
much
play
other than
basketball.
me just making kids laugh with my inappropriate questions.
Well, our sex education was kind of okay. I think we were taught about condoms.
I feel like I was like early. I was an early informant in the sex education because our families, we had like internet super early.
Oh, okay.
And, yeah,
There
I
you
kind
go.
of got it early on.
Well, so in the South, they teach abstinence only. In other words, the only way to not have a baby when you're a teen is to not even fucking have sex.
Right.
And
You
the
can
idea-
just beat off like a madman though, right?
Well, then where
Does that
leave
count as
girls, I
abstinence
guess?
if you can't jerk off?
Well, if you're super religious, it's still sinful.
But like eventually you're gonna come in your sleep.
That's the suggestion from religious people is that you're supposed to do that.
Which, a side question, have you ever had a wet dream?
I think twice.
I've never had one.
They're pretty fun.
I've
You end
never.
up having a really sexual dream.
That's crazy.
It's really fun. It's like a movie.
My theory is I've never had one because I jerk off too much.
That's one of the reasons. Yeah.
Like I just get it out. Get the
if you
evil
let it
out.
go for like half a month or more, you could have a dream. I
Wow.
don't know if you could make it though. I probably couldn't.
That's
Gotta get
magical.
that fucking seed out of my balls. You know.
It's crazy to me. It's so crazy. I would love for
Anyway.
that to happen.
Any fucking way. Holy seed in my nighttime undies. So anyway, abstinence only shit is in the South. They tell teenagers don't even have sex, which is insane because of course they're going to do it anyway.
Fucking the Southerners are so fucking dumb.
Well, it's from a legacy.
Even still, like, no wonder you guys lost the fucking war. You're retarded.
Yeah, there's a lot of backwards thinking down there for God knows what reason.
Because they haven't
Right.
evolved yet. They're fucking they're almost out of the primate stage. They're fucking retarded.
But there's liberal cities, like Atlanta is liberal, I think, you know. It's just, it's rural areas. Like out in West PA, it's fucking also really Republican and stupid.
Yeah.
It's really, if you're not around people, like black people or gay people, you're gonna hate everything. You're gonna, like my dad my dad gets upset if there's Spanish labeling on his soup cans. Did you know that?
No, but I want to hear way more. Like this, like just mumbling under his breath, like this is fucking America.
Why don't they speak English? And that's
Bullshit.
coming from a guy who went to Woodstock. You know what I mean?
You speak American in this country.
And it's because he doesn't hang out with anybody. You know what I mean? It's like the more you're kept isolated. Oh, here's a fun one that I want to see how you feel about. I doubt we've ever talked about this. Since we're getting nice and raunchy. Circumcision. Do you know anything about that?
I know.
Don't tell me about your dickhead.
I know. I think it's Jewish people. They like suck the blood out of a baby's penis after they get circumcised. Have you heard this?
I think that's called a brie or a bris.
A bris. I remember there was an outbreak of herpes on babies because this one rabbi, he had a cold sore on his lip, and he performed this service, and like a bunch of babies getting fucking herpes, and they're like, at that age, it's fucking super dangerous.
That's probably hardcore Jewish ritual stuff.
It's probably it's probably the what's the word for the
Orthodox. Yeah, there is a name.
Orthodox.
Yeah.
It's probably the Orthodox Jews.
So I think that's one of those extreme things. But circumcision is definitely a Jewish thing, but then it spread into everyone else and everywhere else.
Yeah, I have like mixed feelings about it because I know like if you still have your hood on your penis, so you have the cape, it's like super sensitive because it's like shielded and not exposed. So I mean that would be cool, but then you have fucking Gonzo's nose in your pants. Like it's ugly as fuck.
Well, you're very right. I knew someone who wasn't circumcised, and he said at the slightest touch.
But then like like cheese problems too.
And it's also stinks if you don't clean it.
Yeah.
But that's like any other part of your body. It's just you clean your ears.
I went almost 2 weeks one time without showering, and I've had.
You told me about it. I know.
Spring break, and I had some fucking cheese, and I was like,
Now imagine if there's like a whole ecosystem trapped under your hood.
Yeah, I mean, that's not exposed at all. At least when you take a piss, you can like kind of just dab it off with toilet paper, but fuck.
So it started back in the Middle Ages, way long ago.
Isn't it like an anti-pleasure thing or some shit?
Exactly.
Yeah.
They said, because it's the most sensitive part of like any body part ever, like that and the clitoris, I guess, they chop it off because it's sinful to seek out that kind of pleasure, right. Even if it's rubbing against your fucking pants. And so it continues to this day, but more and more people are relabeling it genital mutilation.
Yeah, I mean...
Because if you think about it,
it technically is. I mean, I wouldn't be angry if I wasn't circumcised, because I would have that, cool, extra pleasure, weird dick.
I'm kind of pissed about it because we weren't given a choice.
Yeah.
As babies, it's like, why'd you cut a piece of me off? What the fuck? The argument is that it's hygienic, but it's like, as boys, of course we're going to clean our fucking dicks out. We touch them all the time.
Shower, yeah.
So that's the fucking argument, but it's still put out there by religious people, and I think it's fucking insane that we do that to babies.
Yeah, I mean, appearance-wise, you want to fit in. Nobody wants to have their shit locked in the locker room.
Looking at it? Like,
in the locker room, people getting changed.
Who's naked?
You might have a fucking hog in your pants with a gonzo nose.
Hog gonzo. Gonzo hog. Moving on. Before we get into my favorite category, maniacs and psychos.
The best category.
I'll throw some points at you that I believe, I imagine you're on the same side, but I just want to throw them at you because I think they're interesting. So when I was a teenager, me and my brother used to listen to George Carlin together.
Oh yeah, classic.
And there was this one bit he had, and it always stuck with me. He said, your religion's bullshit, yada yada, But then he's like, why the fuck don't we just worship the sun?
Yeah,
like people did back in Egypt.
Sun. Yeah.
Because the sun literally gives us crops. The sun gives us warmth. The sun does literally everything for us, and we just ignore it. And it's this massive ball of energy in the sky, and we just kind of go...
And gives you cancer.
And apparently, so it's like powerful too. It's like a scary giant powerful
thing. You can get
thing.
too much, yeah.
And so here's the thing.
Just like God.
I was on the beach. I'm a beach queen, you know that.
I know you're a beach queen.
In 2009 or something, and me and my friends are sitting there.
In your beach queen glory days.
And that's what they call them, apparently. And so these two dudes come up to us. This big fat dude and an Asian dude. Ooh. And they're like, hey, can we talk to you for a minute? I'm like, oh god, what is this? I'm just trying to have a beach day, get away. But my friends were like, okay. I was like, oh good.
Yeah, what's up, pal?
They fucking, they were young looking, so they didn't seem creepy or anything, but they did sit down. And suddenly they pulled out these postcards and like, hey, what do you guys think about? What's the first thing that comes to mind when you see these pictures? And they showed us like a picture of a girl in a swing set and a sunrise. And this is going somewhere, I promise. And then it was very clearly revealed to me that
religious.
They were a youth ministry and they were trying to recruit people. Because certain chunks of Christianity, it says in their little pamphlets or whatever the fuck that if they don't go around and try to recruit people, they're not doing their God's work.
What did you say, by the way? What was your answer when you saw the little girl on the swing set?
I don't fucking.
I would have started massaging my belly and stuck my finger in my belly button hole and be like, I want to fucking eat her. She looks scrumptious.
I wasn't that clever. I took it too seriously because I was a no fun asshole back then.
You gotta fuck with people. It's fun.
But I brought up the George Carlin thing. I didn't bring up George Carlin, but I said, hey, what about the sun and the moon? Like the moon changes the tides. The sun gives us tomatoes. Tomatoes are cool. It gives you spaghetti sauce.
Tomatoes are fucking nasty. Stop it.
Well, you know what I fucking mean. It gives us everything. It gives us corn and shit. You like corn?
I like corn.
There we go.
Boom,
that's where I developed the idea that, and I think why you and I get along and agree with each other is because it made me realize that I have faith in everything around us. I have faith that iced tea tastes good. I have faith that laughing is good. I have faith that my cat is soft and she's cool.
Okay. And
to me, that's good enough. All that shit is fine. I don't need more than that at the moment. And they hated that shit so much. They were stone-faced. They were clearly not welcome.
Well, yeah, religious people don't really exactly have the best sense of humor.
I put that point out there, and they didn't know what to say or do. Because I think it kind of made sense.
Did you shut them down?
Like, I didn't mean to. I kind of just wanted to put the idea out there, like, hey, don't you also like iced tea?
So they came up to you and just like, instead? What do you think about this little girl in the swing set? You were like, I like the sun. That's probably why.
Thank you for boiling it down. Exactly. That was my response back then, but I just...
That's what I got from the conversation.
So, well, I'm just telling that story because I think you and I both, me specifically, I don't come across religious people fucking ever.
Yeah, it's not often.
My friends almost are always atheist or agnostic or something like that. It's
I
very
remember
rare.
when I used to work at Acme. You get maybe once a day, once every 2 days, you get some asshole. You give him his receipt, you say, have a good day, and he'll give you, when you hand him the receipt, he'll give you a fucking religious pamphlet. And the first like 1 or 2 times, you're like, oh, what's this? This is interesting. But at the point, I was so fucking like grizzled, and like fucking 16 years into retail, I would just fucking like rip it up and crumple it in my hands right in front of them and throw it away. At that point,
you give a fuck.
I mean, retail for 16 years will fucking do that.
Yeah, I can relate, but not that much.
Just fucking dead-eyed crumple trash can.
What do they do?
You just nod, because they're
they're used. They're probably
used to it.
People probably just drop
a little nod and smile just because they're used to it. And I never had anyone give me shit for it. Just because they're not going to stand there and hold up a line for their crazy talk.
Those things are fun to read, though. They're called tracts.
Sometimes you get little comics in them and they're entertaining. But even if I wanted to read it, I would have to prove a point that, like, no, this is inappropriate. Get the fuck out of here.
I fucking love it. I need to go more hardcore. Okay, there's a reason why I don't kind of push my anti-religious side. I think it's absolutely damaging and horrible and evil. Even the easiest religions, I think they're pointless. I think it's just a way for people to group each other together because they're bored, frankly.
Bored and lonely, yeah, sure.
Bored and lonely, absolutely.
Want to connect on something the fucking boring people can't connect with.
For me, the idea is that the cons outweigh the pros of it, and I'm about to get into the pros, and I don't know much about religion or what church offers.
Okay.
So here's what I did over the weekend, Rocky. I went and hung out, which this was planned anyway. Me and my boyfriend went to hang out with his friends who happened to be practicing Christians.
What do you mean boyfriend?
Me and my boyfriend, I said.
You're gay?
Oh, shut the fuck up. Don't throw me off. I'm on a roll here.
I know.
Fucking asshole.
Sorry,
I'm telling you a story. It's good. You're going to like it. We were hanging out with his practicing Christian friends. And not only are they practicing Christian, they work for the church.
That surprises me because I feel like nowadays, 2018, young religious people are like rare.
They are, and they're younger than me. They're like 26.
It's so crazy.
To me, it is too. But so they're sweet. They're great people. And so I was like, well, I know I'm filming this with Rocky on Sunday. So guys, I have questions for you. So I kind of put them on the spot. I feel a little bad, but I don't have anything else to talk about. So we talked about this for a while. Did it get like
heated?
No. I didn't debate them.
Kept it civil.
What I asked was, how can I play devil's advocate and try to sell religion to Rocky? I know. And I told him about you, like I do, because it's always a fun reaction. I said he doesn't care about this, he doesn't care about that. And I boiled it down. I said he puts his faith in burgers.
Not only do I not care about religion, I fucking hate it.
Right. Well, I didn't emphasize that because I didn't want to turn into an argument.
Yeah.
I said he puts his faith in tits. He puts his faith in movies and video games.
Things that give me pleasure, yeah.
Exactly.
Tangible shit.
Thank you. Right. And my boyfriend called you a hedonist. I was like, okay, fine. That's
what's a hedonist?
Somebody who loves pleasure and just works in pleasure zone all the time.
Fuck me, I like being happy, right?
So I asked, I know I put them on the spot, and if you guys are listening, thank you for this. I did my best. I took notes, literally, I asked them, what would you tell a teenager who's like on the fence about religion, or what do you get out of it personally? And this is what they said. Let's see what you have to say. You ready?
Let's hear some crazy babble.
Shush. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
By the way, no one ever asked for the title of my podcast anyway, so I don't think they're going to listen. Don't worry.
Even if they did, they wouldn't give a shit.
So the big one that I thought of that they kind of pushed at me as well was community and family. It's the idea that when you go to church, with your family, with your friends, whatever, and you hang out there, it's kind of a place to meet and be friendly and make friends, or be with your family and eat food.
What's wrong with AOL chat rooms?
well, and then that comes with food, usually. It comes with like Sunday dinners or Sunday morning, blah, blah, blah.
All right, I'm on board. I like the sound of this.
It comes with ravioli dinners on Saturday nights.
I love raviolis.
See? So it comes with like potlucks. Community is the word I'm looking for.
Right.
And so that's one positive. Do you like that one, I guess?
I mean, it sounds nice, but I like to not hang out in large groups.
Yeah, it comes with socializing.
Yeah, socializing is the worst.
This is not kind of a big one. I didn't think it would work. Okay,
Yeah.
Here's a big one that they were dead serious about me telling to you, like to communicate to you. You ready?
Okay.
Try not to laugh.
Oh, I will
I'm an
try my
asshole.
hardest.
So if you say you became a born-again Christian, you're Catholic, suddenly.
Okay.
And you really mean it, you, Rocky, will get, this is what you're going to get out of it. You're going to get eternal salvation and reward. You're going to get paradise
Can you
with
define
God
salvation
forever.
for me? What their definition of salvation means?
So they kept emphasizing that you will be saved, that God will, no matter what you've done throughout your life, forgive you.
I'm already out.
And whatever sin you may have committed, no matter what form, if you ask for forgiveness, God will save you, and you will be able to, for the rest of eternity, spend life in heaven. You will with God.
Okay.
And that is a reward enough.
Okay.
That's what you get, at least with Catholicism, anyway.
So
Tell me about that one.
You get made up mysticism and fucking like believe in this, you'll get this, like you get to put out cookies for Santa Claus. Like fuck you, just making shit up. You just can't make shit up and then preach it. Stop it.
Okay, their argument there would be that the scripture that they've read comes from a history in which Jesus existed.
I mean,
and by the way, I gotta say this too. He said it totally dead-faced to me, and if you're listening, I love you, but like,
if you're listening, lighten up.
Please don't hate me, but like, you looked me dead in the eye and you said Jesus' miracles were real. You said he walked on water. You said he turned water into wine. And Rocky, how hard it was for me not to freak out or laugh or jump out the window.
You know who my Jesus is? Chris Angel. Because he can do all that shit too.
Yeah, fucking David Blaine. Oh my god. Never mind. Mind Freak. Let's go Mind Freak.
But like, Mind Freak.
Yeah, I know.
I forgot what was the name
man.
of the show. Mind Freak.
Yeah.
I like Chris Angel. I hate to admit it. Where was I going with this? Chris Angel.
That his magic miracles are real, and I thought the Bible wasn't supposed to be taken literally.
Okay.
And I asked that. I was like, "Hey, all those stories about the Ark, that's like a parable, right? That's like not real, and we're not supposed to take it literally."
Really happened.
No, he said some, yeah, but other things like the miracles were totally real.
Don't get me wrong. I went to CCD. All that shit is true. Very true. I listened. I did okay. The Bible. I didn't read the Bible. I got the kid abridged version.
Yeah,
it's a good fucking story. I will give him that. It's
got all kinds of
story as old as fucking man itself. Good story. Brutal. Very brutal. But that's all it is. It's a fucking story. I could talk to you about the Matrix and give you fan theories, and it's the same fucking thing. Only mine makes more sense because it's real. People actually put together the Matrix, and the Matrix wasn't rewritten with added babble 40 times.
Well, Revolutions is kind of insane.
And
it's kind of its own Bible in itself.
Neo is the one.
So
you're saying crazy people.
Oh God, that's the tough part. Is that
it's only tough if they listen to it. So crazy people.
They're tough because they're my boyfriend's like best friends. That's why it's fucking tough.
Right.
Damn it. I had to be kind and normal. I think I played it pretty good.
No,
you
already are normal. This fucking babble is not normal. Don't feel like you're not normal by fucking second guessing this shit.
No, the thing is, I would have sounded like an asshole because I'm questioning their shit, and they're not questioning my shit. See what I'm saying? Like they don't get in my face about it.
Yeah, they usually don't.
Unless they, of course, did.
They just have blind faith. They don't give a fuck what you have to say. As long as they get to say what they would say,
So that's why I didn't question the miracle thing. I was going to be like, well, what proof do you have?
Yeah, but did you laugh at the miracle thing?
And my inside, very much.
When he did it, were you just like...
No, I cocked my head to the side and went, really? That's all I could do.
Did you crack a smile?
We were at a dinner table. I was looking him straight in the eye. It was very tough. All right? I did this for you, okay?
I would have just been like, come on. Come on, stop.
The night would have ended very quickly.
Come on.
Well, okay, let me throw more things at you that are positive that they would... I kept saying the word defend their religion with. So he said the best parts of the Bible preach dignity and kindness, treating people with respect, no matter if they're criminals or homeless.
Sure, you don't need a fucking religion to understand that. That just makes common sense.
Right, but he says that helps people act that way. In other words, if the Bible didn't exist,
why do you need a fucking book to act like a normal human being? Fuck you.
Because back in the day, I'm talking like a million years ago, when we were cavemen, we probably did need a set of rules.
Back when we fucking stoned witches.
Right, like don't kill each other.
Yeah.
And my argument is that we don't need that anymore. Well, mostly anyway. Some people still do that.
Yeah, don't tell that to the South.
Right, but his argument is that we do need it exactly because some people are still kind of cavemen and need people like the Pope to tell them what to do. How do you feel about that?
I reject it because it's 2018. There's nobody running around fucking raping women just because they get a boner or like.
Well, there's shooters. There's people shoot up schools all the time.
Shooters are usually religious crazy people or retarded.
Fuck. God damn it.
I'm just saying.
or retarded under your breath.
Nobody has ever been beheaded or died in the name of atheism. People fucking die from religion, and that's how it's always going to be. Because religion, you don't need to make sense. You just make up rules and be like, okay, I said it now. It makes sense. It's law now.
Yeah, the end.
Nobody's gonna die for my beliefs.
I'll just wrap up these defenses. So here's one thing that you're supposed to do if you're religious, or at least Catholic. Ready?
Right.
If somebody fucking ruined your life,
suck a bloody baby penis.
If somebody sucked your bloody baby penis,
yeah.
If somebody stole something from you, if somebody hurt you, killed you, whatever,
killed me,
you're supposed to forgive them completely.
No.
I didn't think so.
How?
Exactly.
Some guy
Even
burns
if
down
they
my home
murdered
and
your
kills
parents.
Some guy burns down my home, kills all my cats inside, all my shit is ablaze. My life
Jesus
is
says,
ruined.
forgive him.
You know what? It's okay, bro. Just, have a good one. Like, no.
They told me a story about Pope John Paul II. He was assassinated, or almost assassinated, but he survived. And he went up to the shooter when he was in jail and forgave him. Yeah. And that was supposed to be a big deal, that he forgave the guy who literally shot at him.
Yeah, great.
How do you feel? But what worth do you think that has? I guess.
What is it? It doesn't. If you press charges, something would have happened. The man would have had consequences, and you would have gotten money or something else out of it. More satisfaction than you know what? It's okay. Walk it off.
Well, say that happens anyway. Do you think it's worth it to be like, hey, buddy, I forgive you for shooting me in the fucking
I think
stomach?
It takes a fucking way better man than me to do that. Because
okay.
there's no fucking way. I mean, who would? Who in their right mind would be like, I forgive you?
It's the idea that it makes you a better Christian. It makes you a nicer person. It makes you good in the eyes of God.
If you can just go around and not seek revenge for something that has altered your life, then maybe you are a better person.
Seek revenge. Where are they?
There's got to be some retribution, though. You just can't, in some way, whether you take it out on yourself or someone else, drink yourself to death or kill, somebody.
Okay, well, this digs into the whole point of it, which they kept bringing up as well, and I understood, which is to be religious, you're not supposed to want to get anything out of it for yourself.
It's supposed to be selfless, yeah.
Yes, you're supposed to be like, hey, whatever, I'm nice to people, and I'm going to get into heaven.
Which is fine.
I don't care if I get a ravioli dinner. I don't care if I get money. I don't care if I get whatever. It's all about me and God.
Which is a nice way to look at it, and I think if you choose to live that way, God bless.
Yeah,
more power
really,
to
yeah.
you. But don't fucking preach about it. The second you preach about it, you lose all fucking respect.
Okay, preach outside of the church, you mean?
Yes, people who just don't want to fucking hear it. If you want to hang out with your other crazy buddies and talk about your crazy world, fine.
Crazy world.
But I don't want to fucking hear about it when I'm working as a cashier.
Do you think you've done anything sinful in the eyes of God where you'd end up in hell?
I mean, yeah. Wait, does piracy count?
Don't ask me. I don't fucking know.
Well, I mean, like you said earlier, the whole living with your partner, not married.
According to the Catholicism, that's a sin.
Apparently, I'm going to hell, fucking years ago.
But here's the thing, and this is kind of what makes them cool, and most Christians are kind of like this. They're very relaxed about it. They lived together before they were married.
Oh, it's very hypocritical, sure.
But when I asked them about that, I was like, doesn't that mean... I looked at them dead in the eye.
We sleep in separate rooms.
No, they're not that bad. I was like, doesn't this mean you've sinned and you're going to hell? And he shrugged.
That's
He's
what
like,
I'm
"Well."
saying. They just make up their own fucking rules.
I know. I hate to shit on them. They're nice people. Sorry.
I'm sure they are, but they're fucking loony to a point.
Well, okay, they don't preach though.
Well, that's a good start. Yeah, sure.
We're gonna get into that.
And to be fair,
now.
you asked about it, so if you're gonna hear about it. So I mean, that's your own fault.
Let's talk about the people who do preach, and this is my maniacs and psychos section.
Yeah.
Let's talk about TV evangelical preachers.
Oh, the
worst.
worst.
Do you know about
people.
them?
Yeah, I know.
Have you seen the infomercials?
Yeah, I know about the fucking apocalypse food buckets.
Yeah. Oh my god, I forget his name. What's that dude's name?
I don't remember.
He's a bald dude.
Yeah, I don't remember his name. I know he was in fucking jail.
There's a couple. They're always in jail.
Yeah, he came back somehow.
There's Peter Popoff. There's Joel Osteen.
Yeah,
and there's the bucket guy.
Fucking hold on, let me just. I gotta know his name. It's gonna bother me. Religious food buckets. Where were you at? Jim Baker.
There it is.
Jim Baker.
Oh god,
yeah.
He's a fucking psycho.
And he's like, you know what? If you just, they're easy to hide. You just put under a tablecloth and pretend it's your table. Like what? What kind of fucking ghetto are you want us to live in? It's not with food buckets for a table.
It's the idea that the rapture's coming and we're all going to go up to heaven and you might get stuck here, blah blah blah.
But it has nothing to do with him.
I know.
Being a millionaire off of stupid people.
Exactly. They're selling this garbage to old people who are susceptible to it.
Or, young retarded people.
And so another one is Peter Popoff, who's a fun name. He's also in prison a bunch, probably.
He's a handsome
He tried
man.
to sell Miracle Spring Water. It was this tiny packet of water you're supposed to, sprinkle over your fucking head or something.
It cured my blindness.
And all you have to do is send him a check for $100.
Yep.
Or $550 or da-da-da.
He gets it out of his fucking tub. Doesn't Peter Popoff sound like a male porn star name also?
It really does, doesn't it?
Peter Popoff.
The best thing to me that I'm obsessed with is what they do in their church, their mega churches, that they have, their big services they have.
They're
with really
fucking
susceptible
compounds. They're enormous.
They speak in tongues.
Yeah.
Do you know about that whole thing?
Yeah,
it's called
when they put a hand on someone's head and they're like,
yeah.
Fucking nonsense.
That is my favorite thing. You know how much I love
There's
moving my tongue
no
around
difference between going to one of those, watching it, and going to a fucking Chuck E. Cheese and watching 2 3-year-olds babble and argue about the color of socks in a ball pit. There's no difference.
Again, it's like another weird way to convince us something real is happening.
Yeah.
Like I'm possessed by the spirit or whatever the fuck.
I just hope those people are getting paid to be actors because it's fucking pathetic.
Well, all right, that wraps that one up. Conversion therapy ministries. There was one called Exodus International, but here's the story about that.
Exotic.
That shit harmed a lot of people. It put teenagers in shock therapy and literally electrocuted boys,
right?
Until they lost their minds, and they've since told stories about it. But it closed down in 2013 because the guy who ran it for 30 years finally had a change of heart.
Did he fuck the gay zombies? When he electrocuted their brains out?
Probably. Put them in a sensory deprivation tank and
make them
touch their
sex zombies.
Wieners. Most of these people are probably repressed gay. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
He came out and he apologized. He said, I'm sorry for causing all this pain and suffering to all these families, to all these people, because this doesn't work, and I ruined everyone's shit.
Yeah, well, he's not wrong.
Did you know that conversion therapy ministries existed?
I didn't know they were called ministries, but I knew facilities existed. Yeah.
Yeah, it's horrible. That's why I'm so happy that movies and video games are now picking up finally. Now that it's not really taboo to make fun of Christianity in the U.S. anymore, like it was for years, because fucking everybody was Christian.
Yep. Make it a parody, Matt. That's what you're trying to say.
Parody, because there's a video game called Outlast 2. There's a movie called Red State.
That's a good movie. Red State's really
You've seen
good.
Red State?
Yeah,
Okay,
Red State's good. Yeah.
But Outlast 2 was way more gore religion, and so was Red State, gory horror rituals and stuff.
Yeah,
which is an exaggeration, of course, of how it really is. Well, not all the time.
Silent Hill and shit.
Oh yeah, right. They have the Order in Silent Hill. Same idea, but I want everyone to know that those movies, that kind of stuff, is how Rocky and I see your religion. It's a cult.
You're crazy, and you're going to hurt somebody.
And the reason why we're passionate about that idea is because you might really fuck someone over and hurt someone with these ideas. And on top of that, there's no evidence.
Yeah, you just...
Where the fuck is it?
You just bait... It's like convincing your kids to fucking believe in Santa Claus when they're kids. It's fun. It's a fun idea. makes the kids feel good, but that's all you're doing. You're just making yourself feel better about a fucking idea.
That's the main thing that I think why religion was even formed, is that people are scared of dying.
Sure, absolutely.
And it comes to the idea of like, oh, there's a place after you die. You're not just worm food.
We don't have to be scared about death anymore.
But I kind of sympathize with that, though. I kind of get it. Because it's scary. Do you agree with that?
Death is like my top tier fucking number one fear ever.
Really? Do you ever think about it a lot? Or do you...
I need a fucking good health scare, because the way I eat, I'm like asking to die. So like,
You've been joking about that for like 5 years.
I need my doctor to tell me like, yo, slow down.
Rocky, what the fuck? I've been telling you that.
Matt, tell these kids what I had for dinner tonight.
I forget already. Cheese and something.
A nice salad.
With cheese on it.
It had cheese in it. It wasn't like a melted cheese covered lettuce.
What about all the times you don't listen to me. Fuck you. I tried to feed you chickpeas and you hated it.
Chickpeas are gross.
I tried.
I don't mind eating healthy food as long as it's not fucking gross. Chickpeas are nasty.
There's like whole vegetarian cookbooks and shit.
Yeah,
your fiance's vegetarian.
I'm also lazy, so that doesn't help.
Oh my god, you need her to cook for you then.
And meat isn't unhealthy. You just can't be fucking gung ho meat only like I am.
Well, eat fish. Fish is good for you.
Fish is okay. I'm not a big seafood dude.
Oh my god, you're talking about changing your diet though.
I'm trying. Baby steps. I had a salad for dinner. Leave me alone.
All right, fine. I have not left you alone for 5 years.
I know.
I'm trying to help you.
I was just telling Matt that I have I'm playing Parasite Eve for PlayStation 1. I've had the final boss fight paused for about an hour and a half now.
I told you it's going to be a long one. Fuck. All right, we're going to wrap it up soon.
I'm dying to see how this game ends. And like, how do you feel about Jim Baker's food buckets?
You're going to have to go to sleep and do it tomorrow. Oh boy. Where are we going with this?
We're going to heaven. Because
we're good people, boys.
Yeah.
You heard everybody, we're good. Oh, Westboro Baptist, there's the God Hate Fags people.
Yeah, they're still around apparently, too.
They go to veterans' funerals.
Yeah.
And say God hates veterans. I don't know what is up with that one.
I know one time they tried that shit with like this biker. And like the biker gang fucking formed a human chain all around the funeral service.
Yeah.
And like just wouldn't let them by, which I think is awesome.
I think their deal is that they say really insane shit so we'll pay attention to them. How
come no one's ever fucking just fought any of these motherfuckers? Because if I'm walking by their fucking house with a pink shirt on, I don't own a pink shirt, but if I did, and if I'm walking by their house with a pink shirt, you faggot, I'm gonna fucking start swinging. Why don't you ever hear about this shit? Why don't you ever hear about someone trying to fight them or do something? Or
well, because they go to protest with police who are already there because they know something might start, so no one can fight.
But why are the police? Why are the police? I mean, I know that it's their job, but like, why are they supporting this? If I was a cop, I'd be turning fucking blind eyes all over the place.
Well, there it is, Rocky. We're back to free speech again. That's the kind of shit that's protected under the First Amendment.
Yeah, I know, but you can't. You could still fucking land in one of these fucking assholes.
And then you go to prison, yeah. But...
Fine.
Well, there's plenty of great protest type stuff, like people who hold signs next to their signs and say, I suck this dude's dick or something.
this guy's lying.
Or gay couples who just make out in front of them. That's very good.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's what religion's capable of, and I think that's the point I want to get across anyway, is like why me and Rocky are on the same page about it, because it can do shit like that, whereas Fallout and Ice-T can't do that.
I mean, the tangible shit that you like doing, and, like I said, I'm not going to kill anybody over my atheist beliefs.
There was an evangelical family who wouldn't let their son go to the hospital when he had a disease because they said it was God's will, and medical intervention would have cut off God's will, and they let him die.
He died, right, yeah.
And so now they're fighting the state. Did they murder him? In a roundabout way, did they murder that kid?
I mean, yes.
They neglected medical attention.
It's like leaving your kid in a hot car in the summer. It's kind of the same thing, just a lot slower.
Boil that motherfucker. Send him to heaven early.
Yeah, so I'm saying like that. They just did the same thing, just a lot slower. They let him die.
Street preachers. You ever hear that shit?
Yeah. You see him in Philly a lot.
You're in Philly. Okay, right. They have megaphones and they're preaching. So I saw a little documentary where they were following one around, and they were really hardcore with their language to get people's attention, of course. But the best part is that they kept saying they went to like a gay pride thing, of course.
Okay.
They screamed on a corner, but they kept saying the phrase, You're all rectum rippers. You're rectum rippers. You're not supposed to put it up the poo-poo hole. You're rectum rippers.
I want to make a band called the Rectum Rippers so bad.
The best part is that in that group was a variety of races and people. There's an Indian dude who was a hardcore Christian.
I am not a Rectum Ripper.
Going, rectum ripper. You're a rectum ripper. Just wanted to throw that at you.
Tongue rolls, too. I need to fucking... I need to go to...
practice.
Yeah, I need to go to protest more often. Rectum Ripper.
Let's end this shit. We just jerked each other off for an hour and a half.
Yeah,
we
I
both
mean...
agree on the same shit. Okay, let me...
Just talked about crazy people.
Do you see why that kind of craziness, when a senator or a president also is in the same religion, why that matters? Because it might affect the law.
It might, but like I said, I think it's highly unlikely because it's got to go through so many steps to get his crazy goal.
Well, the Religious Freedom Act, that really happened.
Yeah.
And they were able to, in Indiana, refuse service to gay people, which they were upset about. Because if you live in Indiana and you want a cake, you can't get a damn cake.
I want a gay cake!
And that's why it fucking matters. That's why I doubt we'll ever vote in an atheist.
Well, you never know. We got a black dude in. Baby steps.
Yeah,
we need a woman. We need an atheist. We need a midget. We need a black lady. Which is... I don't know why that came after midget. Sorry.
Yeah, I kind of ignored it for a minute. I'm just used to it. Okay, so what would it take you to get you to care about religion? Shut up. Religion in politics.
Oh,
it's there
nothing.
a lot.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing?
No, I wouldn't care.
What if they suddenly got rid of abortion?
Then I would be in a new job career. Just ripping shit out of pregnant hoes.
What about if... Nothing?
No, Matt. Nothing.
What about... Okay, I got it. Have you seen The Handmaid's Tale?
Yeah, we're watching it right now.
That is what's called a theocracy. That's when a religion takes over the government.
Sure, yeah.
Okay? What if that happened?
Well, I'm a white male, so I'm fine.
Oh, fuck you.
I'm a straight white male, so I'm fine. I'm extra fine.
You're extra fine in that fucking universe. You would fucking be one of the goddamn bastards like, well, you gotta have a baby.
Well, I think because my job career, my job history, I would just be one of the drivers. I would be Nick, the one who actually got her pregnant.
You asshole.
So I already thought about this. I'm fine. I'm in good standing.
You wouldn't care that I'd be hung on the side of a fucking highway?
I would care. I would tell you to, be butch as fuck. Just so you're not hung.
Well, the idea... I'm hung as fuck. The idea is that they would come to my apartment right now and be like, oh, you two live together? You're gonna die now. Goodbye. Yeah. Theocracy time.
I would have my weekends free again, so,
Whoa! Did this episode convince you to register to vote before the next election?
Oh, yeah, I'm in now. Your mission accomplished.
We just talked about really extreme shit, though.
Yeah.
And some of our senators and shit, not in Jersey, but in other states and shit, are hardcore Christian crazy motherfuckers.
Right.
Who believe that women should stay at home, who believe that gay people should fucking get the fuck out or die.
I believe that the majority is going to, not make their ideas come to fruition, and it's too late.
Well, but again, sooner rather than later. Why keep voting these people in?
I just don't think it's going to happen. They have their ideas, they'll spout their ideas, and people will be like, nah.
Do you know there's one abortion center in all of Mississippi?
No.
You have to drive 5 hours. Well, because people
down there, people fucking just do it themselves. They've perfected the art.
Do you think so? They'll fucking bleed everywhere.
Well, it's 2018. Like I said, they've mastered their shit. They can probably get it done with a fucking... just a spatula at this point.
Okay, fine. We were going to do a whole abortion episode, but I think we just wrapped it up with spatula. Fuck. All right. Did you learn anything?
Yeah.
What'd you learn?
I learned that you have some crazy people in your life.
Fuck. They're not crazy. They're just... They're harmless.
Of course.
To me,
until, anyway. The Handmaid's Tale becomes real.
Jesus Christ. What's crazy about that is they watch that shit and like it.
That's totally not us.
I don't know how they kind of work around that in their heads. I really don't.
I would be a commander.
But the difference is that they're the good ones, I guess. if I had to choose.
Yeah, I mean, sounds like they're the good ones.
All right, it's time to... I'm sorry, this is very long.
Yeah.
Please suggest topics you care about on Twitter and Instagram at Headache Heroes. Please subscribe on iTunes and leave ratings and reviews. No one has, but, I'll keep saying it.
Still, no one has yet?
Nope.
Awesome.
This shit's got to peter out, and then we're never going to talk to each other again. Head to mattrocky.com for 5 years worth of videos. Really fun ones.
It's going to get to the point where, like, we're not going to do this anymore. And I'm going to send you, like, gay clips. Like, what do you think about this?
Wait, what? Why?
Nothing grosses me out more than cum in beard. I don't know what it is. But
why have you even seen it then?
I mean, I've seen a picture of cum in beard. It wasn't a video, but good lord, it just makes me sick. It's something about the beard.
It looks like pubes.
It's the cum in the beard.
Hair. You ever get cum in your pubes?
Yeah, of course.
Well, then that's what it looks like. It's the same thing.
Pubes aren't the same hair as beard hair, though. They're more straggly.
You don't have a little beard down there?
They wind.
You don't have a little beard?
Right now I do. I'm due.
Support us on Patreon for that. Some more of that. If you want.
Poor girlfriend has to fucking deal with that shit. And if you donate more money, you can get Matt's home address. I'll send it to you.
And we'll shit on your religion some more and make sure you never listen again. People get very upset about that shit. Even my own boyfriend, he very much, hi, you listening? Oh, God, don't kick me out. You just paid for all the groceries, oh, God. He gets, I kind of keep that on the down low.
Yeah.
Because I come off very negative when I talk about religion.
Yeah, well, religion's bullshit, that's why.
Well, you're not afraid to do that. Is your fiancé religious at all?
No, not at all. We are happily against all of it.
Blow right in their cervix all day, every day. Just right up there.
Just make the ham wiggle.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.